Intercity Flowers, how can I help?
Hi, I'd like to send a dozen red roses to arrive tomorrow morning, please.
Certainly, sir. I just need a few details to complete the order. What's your name, please?
Brian Trelawney.
That's Briantrel.
Yep, Trelawney.
Brian Trelawney. Have you ordered with us before, Mr. Trelawney?
Yes, I have. I've got a customer number, if that would help. It's IF512WJ3.
IF512WJ3. Ah, yes. Can you just confirm your address, sir?
31A, Molefield Road, Bragton.
Sorry, 31E or 31A?
31A for Alpha.
MOLEFIELD?
That's correct.
We don't have a phone number for you on our database.
Oh, my mobile number is 0741 66 9861.
0741 669 861.
Oh, that's 77 actually.
Thanks. I thought it was a bit short. Thank you. OK, that's in. Your email address, please. We'll send you an email confirming the order.
Don't laugh. It's topgun@grab.com.
Is Top Gun one word, sir?
Yes, that's TOPGUN @GRAB.com.
If nobody answers the door tomorrow, what shall we do, sir?
There'll definitely be someone there.
But just in case, sir, can we leave them at the front door or with a neighbour or next to the house?
OK, leave them with any neighbour. That'd be fine.
OK, sir, that's a dozen red roses for tomorrow to 31A Molefield. That'll be $43.50.
The last time it was $34.50.
That was a special promotion for Valentine's Day, sir. It's back to its normal price of $43.50.
Oh, I see. Fine.
Now if I can just take your credit card details, sir. Hey, Nigel, have you seen this article about those paintings?
The 5 greatest modern paintings in the world? Are you thinking of going to see them all?
Well, if you're thinking of buying me a round-the-world ticket, taking in Germany, China, Australia, America and the UK, then yes, I will.
Oh, yeah. I was just popping down to the travel agents to pick it up. You should be so lucky. Still, it would be fun to see them all. I really like Pistachio's work, and Afternoon Tea really is a classic painting. We could go to see it, you know. It's only down the road in London.
I'll tell you what. If you can guess the year it was painted, I'll give you the train ticket to London.
Cool. End of the 19th century. 1899?
Oh, so close. 2 years out.
1901?
Wrong again. Good guess, though. It was 100 years before the Van Gogh painting, which I hate. It's just a drawing of a cigarette.
Well, what do you expect? It is called Cigarette.
Anyway, if you get yourself over to Beijing, you can see it.
Shanghai, actually.
All right, so Beijing got the Olympics and Shanghai gets a ciggy. Good deal. Anyway, I'm not too partial to Van Gogh's stuff. I do like Whistleton, though, and I love the colours in Electricity.
I'm with you there. It's a bit of a miracle how the painting still looks fresh today. Those sparks seem to jump out at you, even though it was painted about 2 years before the end of the 19th century.
You know, we could make it to Berlin, even if it were just to see a piece of canvas from 1898 called Electricity. Well, we could go clubbing too.
Hold on a minute. If we're really going to pull our fingers out and genuinely make an effort to see a modern classic, we should fly over to Melbourne to see Rowland's Post Office.
Sad story, that. He painted it in 1917 in the war. He died the week after he finished the painting. Still, we could go over there for the Melbourne Cup. I love horse racing.
You're all heart. So we've just about got enough cash to cover next month's rent, and we're on about flying down under. Anyway, it's 1916. Oh, hang about. No, it's 1917. I stand corrected by myself. When he painted it, it was such a different style of painting, such a revolutionary portrayal of everyday life. I suppose it defined a new movement.
Well, that's more than can be said for Pincher. Washington's never really tickled my fancy, and I wouldn't spend a fortune to fly there to see a picture of an old woman stealing a bag of peas from a supermarket. What a load of rubbish. 1986 wasn't a vintage year for art.
That depends. Calling it shoplifter wasn't very imaginative, but in 1986 he did paint one picture every week. including shoplifter. That is amazingly prolific.
What about if a shoplifter walked into the Washington Gallery and stole shoplifter?
It'd be great publicity.
Yeah, and some sort of justice. So let's get started. Just to reiterate, this is just an informal chat about how things are going with French lessons here at the school. From what you've said, there's not much to discuss in terms of the syllabus or equipment, and things are basically going really well.
That's right. I really enjoy teaching here.
That's good news. I notice in some classes you're even ahead of schedule, which is practically unheard of. You've mentioned a few underperforming students, though.
Well, there's only one student with major problems, but I'd like to just flag a few of them and maybe mention something to the parents. A stitch in time saves 9 sort of thing.
OK, who's first?
I'll take them in class order. 2B, Brian Jones. He's a strange sort of guy, not bad at all, and his results put him up there in the top 10% of the class. His reading and listening skills are superb.
So what's the problem with Brian?
He really has trouble paying attention. When we're in the middle of a role play, his mind will just wander and he's in a world of his own. It's not particularly disruptive, it's just that it happens pretty often.
Let's just make a note about concentration levels. If he can't pay attention in other classes too, it could be serious.
Now on to 4C. It's a great class. We're having some really good discussions. However, I think Lydia Robinson is finding things tricky.
Lydia? Is that Robert's sister?
They really look alike. That's Lydia with a Y, so it's Lydia.
OK, so what's up with Lydia?
She's not a bad student really, but she's very bookish. You know, her spelling and grammar are excellent, but she really doesn't understand much when I speak French, and her listening is poor. She just needs to open up more and start communicating.
So she needs to be putting her spelling and grammar to good use?
You could say that. OK, now on to class 5E. Jemima Ragg is doing well in her written work, and her vocabulary is probably the best in class.
Yes, I've taught 5E. Jemima seemed OK.
It's when she opens her mouth that things go wrong. Her pronunciation is just awful. Maybe we could ask her parents to make sure that she does more listening and maybe get a private tutor. I really think that would help her pronunciation.
OK, who's the last one? I think I can guess.
John's son in 6B. No, 6A. I wrote that wrong.
Yes, he switched from 6B to 6A.
Well, he's a real challenge. Don't get me wrong, he has 100% attendance and he really tries hard, so his effort is exemplary. But what lets him down is his basic grammar. He really hasn't grasped it.
So he gives it his all, but he's not going to get any further with his grammar the way it is.
That's about the long and the short of it. Every piece of written work is on time, but it's virtually incomprehensible because of his lack of basic grammar.